Hi garden friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Era and this is Gardening on Purpose. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I garden in Georgia, Zone 8A, where I do gardening related videos. It's Sunday and it's time for a Sunday walkabout. All right, guys, so what I've been doing mostly today is checking on any plants that I've recently transplanted. You guys know I've been moving plants around, either from me not being happy where they are or feeling that they needed more sun or less sun or bring them closer to something else or for the color palette or something or whatever it is, right? So first up, this guy here is a dwarf Burford holly. I moved this from further back in the yard and brought it inside of an actual garden bed. And at first, when I did it, it had green berries on it, right? And those berries started to shed, as did some of the leaves, and I was worried. But it stopped doing that, and now it's okay again. This beauty here is an evergreen that has red berries in the winter, and I'm happy to report that not only did it stop dropping leaves, right, the berries that are remaining are actually beginning to turn color. So I think I'm safe, guys. You see that right there? These guys here are beginning to turn. Now, they won't get extremely red until later on, but I'm happy to report that the plant is doing okay. I've been watering it twice a week because we haven't gotten rain in a couple of days, and it's just been, I just want to make sure I keep this guy moist. Right next to that, I had transplanted a orange rocket barberry. Same thing. This guy just started to shed, guys. Look at that, all the way at the bottom. But it's okay because I'm going to cut this back in the winter anyway. It does go to sleep. It does lose its leaves anyway, so I'm not worried about it. But this is what it's looking like after I transplanted it, right? This is what it looked like before I transplanted it, that really nice corally color. But I'll cut it back. And these do well in my yard, so I'm not even worried about it. So it's right here between those two dwarf Burford hollies. Right next to that dwarf Burford holly, I have a Mystic Spire sage. Now, I love this plant. I have one that I talk about a lot that I bought from Kroger at a supermarket, and I thought it was an annual, but this thing has just been outperforming, right? So I went back to Kroger. Well, no, I didn't go to Kroger. I actually went to Food Depot. And I saw it. I was like, oh my God. And they had it for like $8 and I bought it, right? This guy here, another newly transplanted plant, because I planted it somewhere else when I got it. And now I'm moving it to this spot right here. And it's looking kind of rough, but it's still blooming, right? It's still blooming, as you can see. This guy here brings in the hummingbirds, guys. I can't tell you enough. If you're looking for something that the bees love, and the hummingbirds, I would suggest Mystic Spire Sage or Mystic Spire Salvia. This guy here loves full sun. It is covered in bees. And I said, let me get another one in the yard. But I think that it's okay because, it doesn't look like anything is falling off except for the fact that the leaves look a little, they look kind of rough, but the plant itself looks to be okay. Right behind that is we have this guy here, which is new to the garden. This is a Pearls of Perfume Mock Orange. Now I got this. This was looking rough in Lowe's, guys, but I'm telling you, before I put it in this ground, it was still in the pot and I took care of it. I brought it back to health and it bloomed. So I took it out of the actual pot it got in and I planted it here. Now, this is the first time I'm going to actually have mock orange in the ground or in my yard. This is the first year I'm having it. So let me know if you have Pearls of Perfume Mock Orange and how they do. Now, it's back here behind by the juniper and by the lilies and everything. It should do well. When it bloomed, I was hoping that it would smell a little bit lemony, more lemony than I did, but maybe it's because I only had a couple of blooms. Hopefully it does well. It comes back and it has more blooms and I'll actually get that Pearls of Perfume that they're talking about. But this was a clearance plant from Lowe's in a 2-gallon. So definitely stay tuned and see how it does in my yard. Now, there's a lot of empty spaces here. That's because these are bulbs up in here somewhere. Either Dutch iris or lily bulb or something is in here. I also moved another dwarf Burford here. I moved a rose here, and it's not looking the greatest, but I still have hope because roses do well here anyway. It's just that transplanting just certain plants, they don't take too kindly to the transplant, right? And roses will start dropping leaves, but it's okay. I can always cut a rose back and give it a chance to come back. And the same thing with this guy here. Now to the left of that rose is this guy. This is the Beyond Midnight Bluebeard. This is not looking great, guys. I cut it back before I moved it. I watered it. It just looks dry. No matter what I do, it does look dry. If I come in close, you're going to see that the leaves never really recover it. Now, I'm hoping that simply because the temperatures have been in the 50s and in the 60s and back down to the 50s into the 80s, I'm hoping that's what it is, because I really, really like this plant, and it brings in lots of different types of pollinators. The bees love it, yeah, but there's some other things that show up that I've never seen before that really like the Beyond Midnight Bluebeard. So stay tuned to see if this guy recovers next year. I moved this butterfly bush here. This is the Pugster Pinker from Proven Winners. When I first moved it, it looked like it was on death's door, guys. I'm not even gonna lie about it, but it picked up steam because look, you can see new foliage here and some, especially right here, new foliage. Now, for me, butterfly bushes don't go all the way to sleep. They'll shed, it'll be looking like sticks and everything, but it does not completely go to sleep. And I'll show you in December and January, you'll still see that there are going to be leaves on this guy. But I was kind of worried when I transplanted it. I was like, oh no, because these are the top plants for bringing bees and butterflies too. And they just love it, right? So it's taken well. I was kind of worried because you see right here, these are all already bloomed out, but so long as I can see life in the middle of the plant down here, I'm okay. And it's the same thing with another butterfly bush that I transplanted. So I'm happy to report that the butterfly bushes are taking well to the transplant. Looks like the Immortality Iris, bearded iris, is on its last bloom. I'm so happy to report, guys. Here we are in the second week in October, and irises are still blooming. I love it. It's a really nice pure white. And, irises love a lot of sun, and they do grow underneath in by rhizomes, and they will have to be divided after a while. But you've seen this guy in a short. You've seen me talk about this guy. It's doing really, really well. You can see this is where all the other irises bloom. So now I'm down to the very last one. So no more irises until next year. But let me know if you like bearded irises, how they do in your yard. Look at all these clearance plants, guys. I still have to plant them. It's like the more I plant and move things around, I really don't see a difference in the amount of plants I still have to plant. There's so many plants here, and a lot of them for different reasons. Sometimes some of them are for either they need to go in the side yard, or I haven't made up my mind where I'm going to put them, or a tree needs to be cut down, or I might actually put some in the front yard, or some I'm just waiting to see, exactly with the size and the color and everything. But these are all clearance plants, guys, from hydrangeas to roses to hibiscus and butterfly bush. And here we have some blanket flowers, some crepe myrtles and cone flowers, dahlias, all kinds of stuff that just needs to be planted, guys. But the good thing is I'm not worried, because we have a really long planting season, and our ground really doesn't freeze, right? It doesn't freeze. So one of the reasons why they say fall is the best the best time to plant, is because you want to plant in fall if your ground is going to freeze. Whatever you plant, make sure you plant it before your ground freezes. Our ground, well, my ground in particular, is not going to freeze. So you will see me out here planting stuff in November and December and January. Very ready we get snow. We got snow this year, and I was really, really loving it, right? But it's not something that happens a lot, right? So chances of it freezing again, it's going to be low. So all these guys, stay tuned as I keep planting all these beautiful clearance plants. This guy was last week's plant of the week. This is the beautiful Autumn Royalty Encore Azalea. Look at this pretty, guys. Look at this pretty. This is so beautiful. Really nice green, very robust foliage. And we have this really nice pinky, a purpley bloom from the Encore series. Let me know if you have this beauty in your yard and how it does. This beauty here is the Kaleidoscope Abelia. What a beauty, guys. I really like it. Now, this guy has been in my garden only for a couple months, right? Got as a clearance plant from Lowe's. I got two of them. These guys are supposed to be evergreen to semi-evergreen for me. And they have these beautiful colors of foliage later on in the season, which is why it's called kaleidoscope, because it has all these really nice different colors. Now, look at these really nice white blooms that had it been earlier on in the season, the pollinators definitely would have loved it. Now, you guys know I have Canyon Creek and I have Rose Creek. This is Kaleidoscope. Abelia is really a great plant for me here in Georgia, guys. I really love it. Let me know if you have Abelia in your yard and how it does. All right, guys, so I'm at the front of the house, and right now I just have a bunch of stuff that's sitting around here because I still have to do my fall into my winter decor, right? I recently painted my front door blue. I don't know if you noticed, but this used to be red, and I just got tired of the red, and I said, let me just try a blue, right? And I really absolutely love it. Now, this is just the first coat. I still have to put the other coat on it, so it still has the tape and everything on it, but that's my front door. And then here's my little porchy area. It's not a big porch. And I have little stuff here that I'm going to be using, like lamps and lanterns and wreaths and pumpkins and cinnamon brooms. And then I have my two main urns. It's going to be the two main planters right here. And then all the plants I'm going to put in here, either pansy or marigold, kalanchoe, juniper, sedum, or a purple fountain grass. So stay tuned for the video where I show you how I get my front yard to, well, my front door really, to how I really like for the fall. These Maya lemon trees probably only have another 2 to 3 weeks that they could be outside, because these guys, they can't take less than 40 degrees, right, before being damaged. Obviously, one time I actually forgot them out here, and they really got damaged. And I don't know if you noticed that I didn't actually get lemons this year, and I don't know if that was the reason, but I'm going to make a conscious effort to bring this guy inside, because it does say on the tag that I need to bring it in if it's going to be below 40 degrees. Now, that's probably not going to happen until sometime in November, right? But we have been hovering around 55, 54 at night and in the morning. And this year, I did not get any lemons, guys, sadly. And I think it's because I left it out too late last time, and it must have damaged the plant somehow, because I've gotten lemons from it before. Now, mine stay in a container. Mine are not in the ground. I don't plant anything in the ground that I eat, right? And I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get any lemons this year, but I need to remember to bring this guy inside. Now, when I bring it inside, it will lose some leaves, because my house is not the brightest house, and the best place to give it some light through the winter is going to be in my office, right? So I'm going to put it in there, and it still will lose some leaves, but at least the plant won't be damaged. But this is what my Maya lemon tree, or my Maya lemon plant, is looking like right now. Here we are in the second week in October. Here's the last remnants of my edible garden, guys. So here is the jalapeno peppers, guys. I got so many jalapeno peppers. So happy and so blessed that I was able to grow my own peppers. Now, the bell peppers, they didn't do great. Not sure what the story is, but I've picked so many of these guys here that I planted from seed. This is the last guy. Everybody else is pretty much done. The okra is done. The zucchini is done. The beans are done. All the herbs are done. But this is the last one here, guys. So you probably won't hear me talk too much about the edible garden until next year, but let me know if you're still seeing peppers or whatever it is you're still seeing in your garden. Now, you know, guys, I plant in the grow bags, but remember, I'm going to be transitioning from mostly using grow bags into these really nice garden beds that I got either from the folks at Vago Garden. This beauty here, I got it from Vago Garden. This green one right here. And then this other guy here was gifted to me from a friend, right? So, because they know I like garden, they know I like green, and I told them I was actually going to be transitioning from just having these guys, because I really do like grow bags, and I have 5 gallons and 7 gallons, but I have to admit the fact that the grow bags do dry out fast. Now, this will be my first year with these guys, these galvanized ones here, so I can't really talk about too much about it, except for the fact that it should not dry out as much as the grow bags, but we shall see. All right, guys, that is pretty much for me here today on this Sunday. Let me know what you think. Let me know how your planting is going, how your edible garden, your ornamental garden, or any projects you're working on in your yard. Are you transplanting? Are you moving stuff around? Have you been buying plants? Have you been seeing your clearance plants at your Lowe's and Home Depot so you can get your garden ready for next year? Let me know what you think, guys. Please like, please share, and please subscribe. Remember to hit that notification bell so when I put out a new video, you'll be one of the first people to know. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.